and again, mind picks up. That's the rule. Mind is a creature of suggestion. Television advertising, again and again, the same ad you see every day. They are very devoted students of Patanjali. They say, repeat and repeat and repeat. Then the person will develop a liking. Which is. And the same thing is used here. Daily sit down, daily follow this in a methodical way, mind will come eventually. The way of purification says that our self-love blocks our mind from becoming absorbed in the thoughts of God. Self-love. The whole business of love is called self-love. You may not believe. You think I am preaching something pessimistic teaching. Carl Jung said, of my 100%, 50% problems are because they are married, and 50% problems because they are unmarried. Huh? You need problems in the world. Who wants peace? Problem makes life little movement. This is. So purification, so self-love, 99% of love is self-love. Even a parents love their children for their own self-interest. In some countries, they love their son, male childs, more because they will go to school, education, they will support them in old age. Daughter will get married, go out of the house. In the Western countries, they love their daughter more because ultimately daughter takes care of the parents. Sons go out of the house. So you must purify self-love. Here also the common tendency of love. The word love has L-O-V-E. L stands for longing. O for oneness. And the last letter E stands for ecstasy. But there is one word in the middle, V, which is vanity. Vanity is ego. So flow of love, generally cosmocentric, to love everybody. Seeing the face of God in them. If you do not see that face, your love is dirty self-love. Don't tell me by any other name. It's dirty self-interest. So free flow of cosmocentric love, when blocked, it falls against itself. Like a river, you put a dam, the waves will fall against itself. In the form of negative emotions. So from that point of view, lust, anger, jealousy, these are not separate emotions. The love falling against itself. Generally we go, each one is a separate emotion. Patanjali does not say that. However, the purification of our mind through prayer, worship, chanting of holy words, keeping holy company. When such holy thoughts are poured into the mind, since mind is not a cup or saucer that you can bring out and wash it, you pour it. The unholy and impure thoughts are naturally washed out. So purification, persuasion. Third is eradication of desires. Desires for the world, creature comfort, are blocking the way from moving upward. You go to meditate, all these thoughts will drag you down. That is a process called polarization of the mind. When you consciously want to control your mind, that time you feel the biggest resistance. Why? People say, when I am sitting in the park bench and eating my lunch, I feel concentrated. When I go on a subway, I can concentrate on reading a book. But when the moment I sit down in my prayer seat at home, all the devil dance starts. Why? It's called polarization. When you consciously wanted to control, you are summoning all your good thoughts. When you summon the good thoughts, all the bad thoughts also combine. And they come and put a joint resistance. Other times what you are doing, you are concentrating casual. You do not feel the stiff resistance of the mind. The more you are concentrating more from the deeper layers of the mind, some thoughts will rise. You forgot them. You bathe in sacred water, sprinkle. If you are a Hindu, Ganges water, burn an incense, put on prayer shawl. Now sit down. All of a sudden a thought from the depth of the subconscious appears. Hey, know you? Know me? We were together on the Myrtle Beach 3 years ago. What a nice time we had. Now you are a saint meditating. Immediately you begin to tremble. They are your thoughts. They are responding mechanically. There is no philosophy here, just sheer habit. So to eradicate them is a slow process, which is karma yoga. By performing actions in a selfless manner, we can break down the barriers that separate us from the self. But it is a slow process. Most people doing karma yoga, they get lost in karma yoga. Instead of offering the results to God, they offer the results to themselves. Patanjali advocates the way of confrontation, the fourth. He contends that the eradication of ego is a long process, and most seekers do not have the patience to endure the sacrifice it calls for. Purification of bhakti yoga requires abiding faith in the reality of God, which is not always possible for an average seeker. And the mind is generally too weak and perverted to follow the path of reason, persuasion. Impurities of the mind are too deeply embedded and cannot be uprooted by reason or any other means. The way of confrontation asks the seeker to confront the mind and make relentless efforts to overcome its past habits and tendencies. The seeker must have unwavering determination and willpower to reach the goal. The goal is never attained unless we make an all-out effort for it. Mind never becomes controlled. Sanskaras never become uprooted or neutralized unless we consciously control the effect of the mind's restlessness. Sanskara, which has been developed by participation of three organs: sight, seeing, and hearing, talking about it, which is speech participating, and acting upon it. You have to do a three-way effort. You have to create a counter sanskar. By doing the opposite way in three ways. They are overcome by three stages. The old sanskara. Neutralized. Overcome. And destroy. It's a matter of experience. A person who has a particular sanskara, the moment he concentrates, that will come more. Among the sanskaras, some are 5-star generals, some are 3-star, 4-star. It varies from person to person. For some it is sex, for some it is power, some power, from others material enjoyment. So counter sanskars we develop, they will neutralize, means they will appear before your mind but won't be able to disturb you. Third stage, overcome. When you concentrate, they will make a parade before you, but back broken. Third stage, both good sanskaras and bad, they will be destroyed. Revealing the self. Good is used to overcome the bad. So long as you have a human body, you have both sanskaras. We call a person spiritual when he has kept his bad sanskaras under control. Since you have a human body, and a gross body means you have gross desires, we do not need a prophet to tell us. So you accumulate the good sanskaras. The bad will remain submerged. But at the final moment, when the bad is all gone, good also will go. Good needs bad to exist. Problems need solution to exist. Solutions need problems. We do not think of it. Wherever there is a problem, there is a solution. And wherever there is a solution, there is a problem. Either you have both or you have none. You have two options. Unfavorable sanskaras do not go away by themselves. Without the cultivation of favorable sanskaras. So Swami Vivekananda said, the only remedy for bad habits is counter habits. All the bad habits that we have left their impressions ought to be controlled by good habits. Go on doing good, thinking holy thoughts continuously. That is the only way to suppress impure thoughts. Never say any man is hopeless, because he only represents a character. Character is a bundle of habits which can be checked by new and better ones. Character is repeated habits. Habits repeated alone can reform character and the mind. So Patanjali gives us 5 limbs of the eightfold practice. First 5, Yamo Niyamo, for achieving moral purity. The practices of non-killing, truthfulness, non-stealing, continence, and non-receiving of gifts constitute yama. Gifts here also means favor. When you receive a favor from somebody, that person gets hold of your mind. If you receive, you give it back in some form. Secondly, purification, contentment, mortification means penance, study of holy texts and worship of God. The third limb is asana, direction for posture. Posture that is steady, with the limbs of the body restful, is conducive for concentration and meditation. In Hatha Yoga, there are some 84 postures, but all are not suitable for meditation. Only 2. Others for keeping the health. The fourth limb is pranayama, control of breath, which a person seeks to awaken the mind. Fifth limb is pratyahara, the practice of withdrawing the mind from sense objects. Sixth is concentration, which is keeping the mind focused on an object for a certain length of time without interruption. Seventh is dhyana, is one single thought to the exclusion of all other thoughts. Eighth limb is samadhi, where the mind becomes completely absorbed into the self. The eightfold practice is for attaining samadhi through proper concentration and meditation. According to the tradition of yoga, focusing the mind on one subject for 12 seconds continuously achieves 1 unit of concentration. 12 such successive units of concentration, which is 2 minutes and 24 seconds, make 1 unit of meditation. 12 such successive units of meditation which is 28 minutes and 48 seconds, make 1 unit of samadhi. And 12 such successive units of samadhi, which is 5 hours, 45 minutes and 36 seconds, lead the meditator to the highest samadhi. Patanjali is telling just 5 hours. Why you are worrying? You wanted to come every Sunday. 5 hours, 45 minutes, 36 seconds. No teacher in the world has given us this measure. Patanjali says we cannot. We can modify our subconscious by our conscious efforts. Both subjective and objective. You can overcome. How do you know when you have overcome a bad sanskara? Suppose you are meditating and you keep things around you, varieties of sense enjoyment.